Hey everyone, welcome to Gathering Manna, quick practical steps to nourish your soul. I'm Carter.
And I'm Scott. Thank you for joining us for today's episode. Now, the past few episodes, we've actually been talking about the Lord's Prayer from Matthew 6 and what that really means and implies for our life. And so today we have another episode in discussing one of those sections of that prayer. But before we do that, I just wanted to give an analogy. I just had a birthday pretty recently. And I got some birthday cards from some people, and I don't know if it's maybe just me. This is, oh sinner am I, but whenever you're about to open up a birthday card, you almost anticipate that there's gonna be something more inside of it. Maybe like a gift card or some cash or a check or something. And I'm so guilty of this. I was given a card and I opened it up, and whenever I opened up the card, nothing fell out. And I kind of got a little bit disappointed. And I don't know if you've ever been there before, but there was a slight disappointment from that card. But it really did get me thinking that, there's times where we are expecting more or want more, but really in looking at this birthday card and reading the words that this person had thoughtfully put down, it was extremely encouraging, and it was actually exactly what I needed. And it'll be something that maybe on those rainy days of my life, the days that are really tough, I'll be able to go back to that card and hear those words, and they'll provide life and energy. And really that's more valuable than any gift card or any cash or anything that could be found inside of a card. And so today, in our section for the Lord's Prayer, we want to talk about the phrase, give us this day our daily bread, and actually what that means.
Yeah, so the question is, what was Jesus saying whenever he told us to ask for our daily bread? And I think you hit it with your analogy it's, am I okay with the provision that's given me from what was given to me? And in your illustration, it's that card, right? It's just the words were enough for you.
Right.
After that initial disappointment of not getting a gift card, those words were enough for you. And whenever we look at Jesus and his life, before his ministry even started, he had this down where he knew that the word of God was enough for him. Whenever Jesus was being tempted in the wilderness in Matthew chapter 4, we have this picture of him going out and he's fasting for 40 days, which if you've ever tried not eating for 3 days, that's hard,
rough.
right? Could you imagine 40 days the guy did not eat a single thing? He's out there in the desert where it's not just, easy walking, right? And the first temptation that comes to him is the devil points him to a rock, a stone on the ground, and says, turn that stone into bread. Provide for yourself some bread. And Jesus' response in that moment is, man cannot live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God.
Yeah, that's good.
And so whenever we look at this way of praying, and we say, give us today our daily bread. What is it? What are those things that God is providing for us through his word, through his holy provision? What are the things that we need to find our satisfaction in?
Right. And I think that leads us very, very well into our practical step for this episode. And it's simply this, count your blessings. Literally count up your blessings. And there's multiple ways to do this. Maybe you actually want to make a list. Sit down, pause, stop today. Let this be your discipline and write down every single blessing you can think of. That's from the air we breathe to the shoes we have on our feet, or multiple pairs of shoes maybe, to the friends we have around us. Just count every single blessing and see if you can exhaust that list. You probably could go on for a long time in doing that. And that's one great way to do it. Maybe you want to journal about it. Maybe you just want to make that list in your mind. But we're really encouraging you to count your blessings, because this is such unique and a good discipline in allowing our eyes to be focused back on the giver and less on the gifts and the blessings themselves.
Absolutely. So there's your quick step, but I want to give you a bonus step really quick.
Bonus step.
So if you want to dig a little bit deeper into this, if you really want to get a grasp of the provision God has given you, man, right now in our situation, I'm guessing you're looking at a screen right now watching this. You have to be, right? It's probably a screen that you own, and so you, our audience, people who are watching this right now, there is no doubt in my mind that the majority of us have been pretty spoiled for our lives. It's not about wondering where my next meal comes from. It's about wondering, like, what is my next meal going to be? Am I going to have option A or option B or option C? And I can't have option A twice in 1 week. Right.
Yeah.
Lord forbid that, right?
That's the worst.
And so in our situation, our blessings get skewed because I can't have hamburgers 2 days in a row, right? I can't have pizza 2 times in 1 day. Those things hold us back from seeing the true provision that God gives for us. So here's your bonus step. Fast. Take a few days, take a week to take something away from yourself to be reminded of the provision God gives for you. If that's sugar, take away sugar. If that's caffeine, take away the caffeine. For what is that thing that you're leaning on, that you know that God can provide? Take something out of your diet, take something out of your life, find something to fast from, and remind yourself of God's provision. And those are our steps that we've got for you today. Yeah.
Definitely. So, hey, this has been Gathering Manna. Thank you for joining us today. And remember, go get outside of your tent today.